I would say 8 years ago, I started looking around my house and realizing that like my house will never be clean if I have all this stuff. I started with toys, with kids'
Yes.
toys, because we had so much stuff that nobody used. No kids played with it. I started reading books. I
Okay.
started researching and reading blog posts and realizing that the more toys kids have, the less attention span they have. And so I started with kids' toys. It was just like, I just literally went through with trash bags and just started filling it up.
Hey, girlie, welcome to Tip Tuesday. And we're back, we're live, we're ready to rock it. And this month's Tip Tuesday, we're talking all things cleaning and organizing. And we have a bunch of moms coming, and they're going to tell us how they do it, what they do, what works, what doesn't work, all the things. And we're going to learn from all these moms so that you guys can create something that works for you and works in your home. So today, on today's Tip Tuesday, I'm so excited. I'm joined by my friend Jill. Jill, how are you, girl?
Hi, Wendy.
Hey. Jill is amazing, guys. Jill has a YouTube channel that's talking about all things homeschooling and cleaning, and she is just amazing. Like, very real, very down to earth. I'm obsessed with her. Jill, how are you doing?
I'm good. How
You're
are you?
good? I'm good. So I guess we can start out with, so what do you do? How do you keep your house clean? How do you keep it all put together all the time?
Well, do I?
That's the question.
Okay, so I actually ended up coming up with some tips to share.
Tell me your tips.
Okay, basically, I think this goes for any household.
Sure.
Routines. Like without routines, everything falls apart, right?
Things just get overwhelming.
Yes. So we haven't been in routine like since Thanksgiving, I would say. So, over a month, my house has kind of been like a wreck.
I feel you.
Most days. And then I'll like have one day where I'm just like, let's get this house under control. And it's like crazy, overwhelming. Yeah, for me, routines. And like not just myself, but like having my kids have a routine. So we have kind of just a basic daily routine. And then weekly is where like there's a day for each like room of the house. Vacuuming one day, dusting one day, bathrooms one day, and stuff like that. Laundry
so
every
good.
day.
Yes. I'm a laundry everyday person. So you guys have routines of cleaning and how you clean.
Yes.
And clearly you can get off of routines because holidays. So so that's real life right there, like 100%.
Yeah.
I don't even know what's going on with my house. I'm like, how do you get back on routine? Because like, that's my biggest struggle right now is like, I'm so routine that like when I get off, I'm like, it's overwhelming to me. Where do I start? It's like literally like, what hoarder has come and taken over my house? Like I cannot.
That's what my room looks like right now. That I like literally.
Same.
Yeah. Like what hoarder came in here?
How do you like get like actually? Because like when it gets to that point that I'm so out of routine that it just becomes almost paralyzing to like start. So how do you like start? Like what is the trick?
So the way I get back into it, like if the house is utter chaos and like it's time to get back, I start out by going in each room and taking out anything that doesn't belong in that room. And I, at the same time as that, I'm also making a huge pile of stuff that I know we don't need, that we don't use, and that I can part with, because that's one of my main issues is clutter causes anxiety and stress for me. And honestly, I think it does for everybody, but some people
it just
might not
ruins my
realize.
mood.
Yes.
Ruins my mood. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I try my hardest always to not have excess clutter. 7 people live in this house, and it's 1,600 square feet. Like, I live in a small house for my family size. And so everyone just has so much stuff. And so even though I feel like I always have more and more and more to get rid of, like, I'm never at my goal of, like, I don't like to say like I'm a minimalist, because it puts you in like a box, but I try to be minimal, like as minimal as possible, because the more I have, the more I'm stressed out, the harder it is to keep my house clean and tidy. Right?
So good. Like I always say, I'm an aspiring minimalist. Like,
Yes,
that's
me
my
too.
goal. And so
Yes.
I just want to have just enough that it's what we need and it's what makes us happy. So yeah, I might have like a lot of books or a lot of homeschool stuff, but like clothes and like just toys, like the
Yes.
toys right now are like driving me insane, but like
Yes.
those types of things. So I completely understand. So tell us a little bit about your road to minimalism. Like, you're like me, we're getting there. How's
Yes.
it going?
Well, it's going better now. About, I would say 8 years ago, I started, that's a long time, right?
Long time.
Like,
That's
8
good.
years ago, I started looking around my house and realizing that, like, my house will never be clean if I have all this stuff. I started with toys, with kids' toys, because we had so much stuff that nobody used. No kids played with it. I started reading books. I can't even remember, but Josh Becker, or
I think I know who you're talking about. Is it a blue book?
I don't know. I think I had it on Kindle, but it was like family minimalist or minimalism with kids or something like that. And I started researching and reading blog posts and realizing that the more toys kids have, the less attention span they have, and the less they actually like play with those things. And so I started with kids' toys. It was just like, I just literally went through with trash bags and just started filling it up. And now what I like is only open-ended play stuff for my kids, and like building things like Legos and stuff that's good for them to play with.
Very similar to my journey. Very similar. Like toys that make noise are not my best friend.
Yep.
We have a couple of those, but I'm not crazy about them. Love open-ended toys. Love wood toys.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm definitely right there with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Jill, tell us about your like channel. Is your channel a minimalism channel? Homeschooling, like what can we expect from your YouTube channel?
Okay. So most people are subscribed to me for watching me declutter my house and watching my journey from, like cluttered to minimal. Because when we moved here, we were given a lot of things. So like, oh, we're getting rid of a bunch of stuff. Like, here you go. And like, we just kind of accumulated more when we moved here 4 years ago, even after I decluttered so much. So people are watching that and, cleaning videos. But also I am doing homeschool videos. So I think I'll be doing homeschool videos once a week. But I do want to start incorporating videos on minimal homeschool, which I haven't really touched on that yet on my channel, but that is something I want to dive into, because I did have to minimize my homeschool in order to make it work.
And so I would assume that like a minimal homeschool would be the same concept as like when you're talking about minimalism when it comes to toys, that you're able to like focus more when there's not so many different curriculums and things.
Yeah.
So I love that.
When there's too much, I tend to put it off, like, you know, or we don't get it all done. Like, oh, we'll do that tomorrow, you know, because it's too overwhelming. Like even just a stack of books overwhelms me. Like if it's not organized or so.
It's true.
I have a new system for our homeschool coming up, and I haven't touched on that on YouTube yet. So I am going to.
Yay! You guys, all of her stuff, like how you can follow her on Instagram and YouTube, all the things are going to be linked in the description. She's at home with Jill, and she's amazing. Her stuff is so good. So definitely, guys, especially with coming off of the holidays, and I know like a lot of us. Our goal is to declutter or to become minimalist or whatever the situation is, especially with the new year. Less stress. So if you want some inspiration, definitely follow her channel, follow her journey, and keep in mind, it's a journey. It's not you don't arrive at minimalism, in my opinion. It's just a process because you're going to have seasons where there's going to be a lot of stuff being added into your house, and you're just going to feel like you're starting all over again. That's how I'm feeling right now. But it's a process. It's a journey, and it's nice to have somebody to walk you through the journey or walk the journey alongside you. So definitely, that's my girl. I love me some Jill. So definitely follow her. Jill, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me, Wendy.
Thank you, guys. This is not her thing, so definitely make it worth her while. She did so good. Let us know in the comments how well Jill did. Jill is amazing, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
That's it, Jill. That's all. We did it. A couple of broken fingers later. Oh my God.
Seriously, though.